What's going on, y'all? It's your hobby hound here, Woof Woof. Hope you're all doing well. I was having a little conversation with myself there. Too funny. So wanted to share. I think I talked. Actually, probably do it Saturday, but I'll kind of share with you now too the weirdness that went on with me. Clinton is aware of it. I don't think anybody else really is. But I ordered some Bowman from Topps as kind of like a birthday / Christmas. I put it all together type gift. And it was delivered on Sunday the 11th, which I think is right around the time it was supposed to come out. Maybe it was supposed to come out Monday. I don't know for sure, but it was delivered, and my neighbors, I guess it was someone visiting my neighbor, decided that they wanted it more than me, even though I'm pretty sure they had no clue what was inside. They just probably thought, hey, I can take it. Which is nuts. It's hard to see, but that's the person who took it. I'm not really putting her on blast or anything because nobody really knows her, but see the guy delivering, takes his photo and bails, right? Normal. And then I think it was around 6 Was it 6? Was it this one? No, that was when one of them was returning. So it's really hard to see, but she is kicking the package away from the door, and you can actually hear it. And then she sings this little sing-song thing and says, "All my money." It's really bizarre. But I ended up talking to the neighbor, and the neighbor said that she spoke. This was like a couple days later. She's like, I spoke with that person, and they said they didn't steal it. They just kicked it down the stairs, which to me is the most bizarre thing that anybody would say. But then again, criminals are stupid. What's going on, Stuff Geeks Rip? How you doing? Yeah, so I'll probably tell this story again Saturday, because right now there's hardly, a ton of people in chat. Clinton already knows about it, obviously. But yeah, if anybody missed it, just rewatch the beginning of this. It's the most bizarre thing. I've had packages get stolen before, but never was someone singing a song as they stole it and then just not caring. It's really hard to hear, but she says when she gets to the bottom of the steps that she don't give a, she's like, I don't give an F if they do have cameras. It's just crazy. So essentially too, it's a promo for Ring. So my Ring did capture it all. So otherwise, I would have had no clue what was going on. I filed a police report on Wednesday because at first the neighbor was like, "Oh, I'll pay for it. Whatever was stolen, I'll pay for it. I'll send you some Zelle or Cash App right now." And I said, "Well, don't you want to talk to that person? Maybe she'll pay for it, so you don't have to pay for it." And she's like, "Yeah, we'll talk tomorrow." So we ended up talking the next day. And then when I told her the total, that's when she kind of like lost it, because it was like $327 with shipping and taxes and all that. And she was like, "Well, I don't. You expect me to pay that?" I'm like, "No, you said you were gonna pay it. I didn't say that you should pay it." Yeah, and it was a neighbor's like someone visiting a neighbor too. So. Frustrating because there's no accountability, obviously. This person just after she stole it, and she's on my Ring video, she said to my neighbor that she didn't steal the package, she just kicked it off the steps. So I live on the 3rd floor. So essentially she was saying, and my apartment kind of faces out the parking lot, so she was saying that she just kicked it off the balcony, which makes absolutely no sense. So, yeah. So this is her. So essentially, too, there's no way that she knew what was in the package. And, like I was saying, she did this little sing-song thing too, as she stole it, which is just bizarre. So let me see, I turn it this way. Can I turn it that way? Probably not. So she's singing "All My Money" as she kicks the package. And then gets to the bottom of the steps and says, I don't give an F that they got cameras. Yeah, I don't know if she kicked it into her house, but she'll be in trouble if she takes it to a local card shop, because I know pretty much all the shop owners, except for maybe Bill's. And I sent them a message within a day of it happening. And, I described what was in the box, so they would know exactly the number of boxes that would be sold. And it would be somebody who didn't know anything about cards. So, but they'll probably put it on eBay is my guess. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. So it's nice to I don't know. I'm not going to let take away from any positivity or anything I have. Just going to move on. I spoke with both Topps and FedEx, and they're saying they have proof of delivery. So they have no liability, which I still think isn't fair. So I'm going to keep pushing it. I did file a police report, and still haven't spoken with someone, but I figure it'll be really quick for them to charge this person or this person getting in trouble, because they did admit to the neighbor that they kicked it off the porch. So if they were to change that story, I also have that on video because I talked to her outside of my door. And also, that would be, you don't want to lie to a police officer, so she would essentially be doing that. Probably. Enough people now know about sports cards, so I'm sure they could have moved them in whatever way. They could have someone in their family for all I know, but it doesn't, I guess how they got rid of it doesn't matter, because what I told the neighbor is, hey, if I get it back, no harm, no foul. I'm not going to do anything. Just get it back to me. But this person, when she was spoken to by the neighbor, said, I didn't take his package. I kicked it off the balcony or off the steps because I'm on the third floor. So essentially she was trying to say that she didn't take it. She just kicked it to the parking lot, which absolutely makes no sense. But yeah, I went, and so I know 3 of the biggest shops in Denver. So I contacted them right away. I sent them a description of what would be in there. I let them know the whole situation. I gave them the police report number in case they had to reference that if someone came in. So we'll see. Could be that they're just waiting for it to die down so they don't get in trouble or something, but I'm essentially not going to get anything from her. The only thing I can do is, like, after, because I filed that police report, is see if FedEx or Topps I guess helps me out or is more sympathetic now that I've proven that it wasn't me just saying I didn't get it because I want an extra box or something, which I'm sure does happen too. All right, let's get into this. Hey, I changed the the blade out, so boy, is it sharp. Oh, that's weird. And there was tape on the bottom, so it could be a trust issue. Yeah, I don't know where this is from. Anybody recognize those stickers? It's got department numbers, so I would think it's probably like a bigger store, but who knows? All right, enough about my woes. Whoa. These are tightly packed, so maybe not. I like it. It's fitting like a glove. going to be a ton of wax flakes and card shrapnel coming up. My favorite and yours. Yep, that's what I was thinking too. Kmart or like a Woolworths. Did you ever do your breaks? You should put like information in chat. SGR. Just because then you can let others know. Don't think we have a Hills here, but it's possible. There's Kevin Belcher, rated rookie. Chuck Finley for the DK. Both of these series are kind of uninspiring as far as the base goes. Cool puzzle in Stargell, but I don't know. There's no like amazing rookies. Hey, if it's Hills, that's possible. So I got this stuff from a guy who he's lived here in Colorado, but we don't have Hills. But it's possible he bought it and or traded for it. I used to have access to a thing called DealerNet when I worked at the shop, and you basically can buy from any other dealer at cost. There's no tax because you just put a tax ID in and you're set. So I used to do that all the time when I bought wax. And you basically get super discounts on a lot of things. Someone's trying to move, they got like 3 cases of something, and they no longer want those 3 cases, so they would discount them big time. Luis Salazar. Don't remember him. Maddie, do you? You got a heritage break? Right on. So how do people get into it is what I'm asking. And that's kind of what I asked in the email. I mean, is it basically just wait until you're live and then go there? Or do you have a website like Arnie? I'm trying to give you a promo. Rob Dibble. Mitch Williams as a Cub. What a cancer Mitch Williams was. Roberto Alomar looking like he got scolded. It's probably his dad. Dad scolded him. No, don't be sorry. I just I mean, if you're keeping it a secret, that's fine too. So there's a lot of sticking going on here, which I'm not quite understanding. I mean, is it wax or is it glue? Because it should just be wax. Whatever. I want to get back into painting. I put the puzzles together and then use a neon paint pen and kind of spruce up the puzzles that are put together. Looks pretty cool. There's another Kevin, but we got Kevin Morton to go with Kevin Belcher. Crime Dog when he was a Blue Jay. Jeff, I'll set that aside for you. I'm sure you want it. I mean, it's not some amazing thing, but there we go. Get lost in Dave Parker's eyes. Highlight card. Gary Carter. I think this is when he was with the Giants. It was around that era. It's in that stack of stuff that I have that's like They really played on that team? Sounds good. Okay. So they can sign up by getting your email information from your YouTube page. That's how I got your email, I believe, is I looked it up from your YouTube page. So if anybody wants to get into Stuff Geeks Rip breaks, he's doing Topps Heritage next break. I'm assuming it's going to be retail. So that's kind of what everybody likes most of the time too. Got David West, John Kruk, and Ron Robinson. He was so homely. Julio Valera, don't remember him. Shout out to Dom and his Mets. I got to shout out Dom on like the Mets because I always shout him out on Clemens, and I'm sure he probably doesn't watch it, but I'm sure that he doesn't appreciate it. Shout out to J&J Breaks. I spoke with him the other day, aka Lance Johnson. I know he doesn't care for it, but it means, teasing him is a way to show that I love him. Adding a hobby box, right on. So a nice mix of stuff. So there'll be guaranteed hits in this Heritage break. It's probably, I think, a relic, but there's a chance at the real one autographs. It's a good product. Every year I buy some. Just locally, retail is ridiculous. I think I've done videos where I've shown the shelves. And when I say ridiculous, I'm talking an entire row empty with nothing on it, no sports cards. Maybe a pack or two. Looks like someone just destroyed it. There you go, Maddie. Sandberg highlight. Greg Olson. Carney Lansford. I think he's in my mind just from the World Series. I think that's why I think of him. Sure, he had an average career. Nothing amazing. Hangers, Mega, and Hobby. All right. So send a message, email, stuffgeeksrip@gmail, and get on his mailing list. And then you can also, I'm sure, get the cost of spots and or, get your spots. I always wondered, did someone ever win from Series 1 or Series 2, the contest? Did they get the pieces put together? Or was it one of those things that, they controlled it so well that they had not put the winning pieces in yet, or they did it in specific boxes? I know a lot of companies do that. And then it's like someone's kid's cousin related to someone that works there. Hey, Moises Alou. I feel like they didn't care so much about photography at all in this. And I say that only because if you're going to take a photo of someone, you can at least center it. As a photographer, graphic designer, obviously that's my trade, outside sports cards. Every time I see stuff like that, I just get an itch. I'm like, come on, man. First spot, 20. 18 thereafter. Is Maddie in the break? Because if he is, I don't want to get in it because he'll steal the Cubs. He always does that. right, so there's his email. Just going to leave that there. Put a little star on it. You got to be good. Yeah. The wife's watching you. Actually, I probably can't leave that there because it covers the screen. Can I pin it? No. Da, da, da. All right, I pinned it on the top for those who come in a little bit later too. Les Lancaster, Bobby Thigpen. I remember, I think he had like a 20-game year, right? Is that why he's there? Karkovice. Is it Terry Brose? Because if it is, I love it, man. It's probably Bross or something like that, but Brose to me is way better. Hanky, Julio Franco, and Ed Whitten. Shout out to Clarky. I always think of her when I see Whitten, you know, and Gwynn, but mostly Whitten, because I was like, who is this guy? And she's like, oh, he's been around a long time. And I was like, yeah, right. But now everything I open, I seem to find him. It's like he's multiplying too. So Perez did these. Always a good artist when it comes to, I guess, the Donruss Diamond Kings. There were some weird ones in there. Derek May. He was decent. I mean, he's no Pete Crow Armstrong or anything, but boy, PCA's tearing it up. Yeah, man, that's what we do in this community, 100%. I'm all about it, too. And now that I have the information, I'll put like a promo on Saturday or Sunday up. Since you were saying that you can't make it, I'll just do that. And then if you go live a certain time, if it's going to be on Sunday, I can tell them that too and share the channel. All right, Dave Steeb. another one for Jeff. Yvonne Calderon. And Joe Girardi. Cecil Fielder looking lean. You know, as lean as Cecil can look. Cal Ripken. Doesn't say junior. Interestingly enough, I don't know why. I mean, they got it on the back, but normally on all of the cards, they'll have that. Probably an uncorrected error of some sort. So what's everybody else up to today? I am still pricing stuff for tomorrow. I've been speaking with Nick's widow. We're going to roll out that sale for him, the next round, starting in June. So like June for like a Thursday, Sunday set will be the first sale. Then in a week later, it should be the same thing. Thursday, Sunday. So it'll cover most of the month, but it's a lot of stuff to sell. For those who were here at the last one, you know the good stuff that he had in his collection. Rest in peace, brother. Ow. That would be my elbow. I'm always good at doing that. I think I lost everybody. Nobody's doing anything today. See, every single one of these has it right in that same spot. Very bizarre. It quite literally makes me think that someone tampered with it, but how could every single box have that same thing on it? Maybe they just used like hotter glue. Leo Gomez. Gomez. Ken Caminiti. Okay. I don't remember him. Probably a bullpen guy. Mark Grace. So back in the day, if you guys remember, and you're collecting, Ramon was the better of the Martinez brothers. People wanted Ramon Martinez rookies over Pedro cards. And it didn't help that was the era when they were making cards that said rated rookie and like for like a 3-year stretch, and that just confused collectors. Matt Noakes with the Yankees. Wonder why they wanted to try for him. I mean, after his 32 home runs, it was like a huge drop off. I want to say it was injuries too. So in free agency as an injured player, there's Hensley. Maybe he just got better money from them, or it was a bargain. Who knows? Craig Biggio, Dave Stewart highlight. Harold Reynolds. He has a look on his face. So, what did you say, SGR? Last Sunday you had Moms All Day, but we usually try to do breaks on Tuesdays. Oh, okay. So Tuesday night, are you Eastern Standard, Central, Mountain? What's up, Sean? Hugs. Yeah, I think that's what he was saying. He's feeling unseen. Sean, I see you. So is Maddie and Jerry hanging out right now? I think you guys are in the same area, right? Randy Reddy, great name. Jose Offerman. Well, we're getting all of the rated rookies. Sweet Lou Whitaker, Jerry Brown, Bob Welch looking kind of disturbing. Sammy Sosa. And I think they use this throwback uniform on a lot of cards, being that that was kind of a new thing at the time. People weren't doing throwback stuff all the time like they do now. Now it's all about selling jerseys. And if you're a fan, you got to have them all, I think. Or at least that's what the teams want you to do. There's the Hawk. There we go. Nice one there in Nolan Ryan. These are actually inserts, so it doesn't like affect pricing on it or anything, but I always set them aside because, you know, it's relatively different. But shout out to Alan on his Wade Boggs. I got a few of those there. Bill Ripken. Yeah, there's Carter with the Giants. He weird. of. Got the big unit. Crazy leg kick. All right, so we're halfway through. And again, the elites, they're not worth a ton. They're numbered to 10,000. I would be better served just buying them. But that's not fun. You know, it's always better when you pull something. I think everybody feels that way. Because I have had people in the chat say that to me, like, well, why don't you just buy it, dude? Well, I already have several elites, like a lot of the dominators. I even have some of the autographed ones. I think like a Paul Molitor. But those came in trades. It's a cool one. All-Star Ken Griffey. We got Derek Bell. I think that's the second Bell. Orozco. Yep. So there's the throwback. Chris Sabo there and Devon White. Very iconic though with the backgrounds of the cards. It's crazy. They're 45 hours from each other. Oh. I didn't realize they were that far away. I swear that Maddie said that he met up with them at one time, so for a card show, but that's pretty far. Are you seeing 45 minutes to an hour away? I always got to read between the lines with Sean when he's talking. Tom Glavine, Dykstra, Fisk, Mark Lewis, Will the Thrill, Kevin Reamer. Haven't thought about that name in a long time. That's what I figured, Sean. Yeah, so somewhat close. I mean, heck, it takes from here to my mom's house, it's 45 minutes to an hour. So, oh, no, I didn't have one. So it's been a really good collation of rookies there. So when you say 45 minutes to an hour, that's nothing really. I go up there every Sunday. And that's why a lot of times my Sunday sales, the times will change because it really depends on how long it takes me to get back. Kurt Stillwell. Was it average or what made him a Diamond King? So 1990, career high 506 at-bats, 126 hits. So probably still only like a 280. Maybe it was his home runs. I don't know. And again, I feel like there wasn't a ton of stars back then. There was like, and I mean it like there was always like a big grouping of your superstars, but the stars, and I guess Will Clark would fall into that. What's going on, Kenneth? Jeez. And I think last time I did this, I got a puzzle and it was complete. So anybody who opens this, the collation isn't so good on the Greg Hibbert though. That's the third one. Nails again. Another Fisk, and I think it's another Mark Lewis. So we got Mark Lewis in the last pack too, or the pack before the last. What's going on, Star Cruise? Yeah, this is the thing I was talking about. So you got second prize, and then that's like the right half or something. I just don't know if like there's ever been an article where someone like won it. I remember asking people at different card shops if they knew, but I think back then they all told me, Randy Johnson, that they didn't know. I mean, it would be published in Beckett a lot of times. It's a cool Don Mattingly. R.J. Reynolds, looking good. Dickie Thon, Greg Jeffries, Luis Polonia. Power was out, came back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sucks. My power seems to go out constantly. With Mattingly alert. What's up, Justin? Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but like the internet and my power goes off once a week. Every other week. So it's not every week, but it's just weird. Then I'll get like a text where they're like, yeah, we're upgrading something in your neighborhood. You may have power outages. It's like, what the heck are they upgrading? Bilecki, John Smoltz. Yeah, I got to get back into TTMing, Justin. I watched your video, and here's another Hensley. And I'm just seeing him just has me thinking about the possibilities. I know there's a lot of people who don't sign. I want to say that somebody shared a couple different sites with me a while back where it said if someone, wanted a certain amount of money to do one, like your Hall of Famers. There you go, Sean. Another Craig Biggio. Dave Stewart. Highlight card. I think it's like probably one every other pack on these. Lee Smith. Yeah, that pack looks familiar. Jose Offerman, Lou Whitaker. All the cool kids are doing it. Yeah. I used to do it back in the 80s for the Broncos, like regularly. I can remember too, I would send stuff to Steve Atwater. And say I'd send Atwater like 10 cards, because that's maybe all I had at the time as a kid. He would send back the 10 autographed, but then have like 10 more that he would send. It's crazy. Like, I did it. I sent it to him 3 times, so every time it was the same thing. Somehow the cards multiplied. I feel like what happens is he puts all the stuff in a stack, signs all the stuff, and then as he's returning stuff, he kind of just breaks it down. All right, I'm going to do stacks of 20, and just, kind of did it across the board. That was my thought. Oh, for sure, man. I appreciate that, Justin. Yeah, I'll slowly ease my way into it. I have an idea for one set that I want to do. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but it'll span many years. I basically want to do every Topps brand USA. Not every USA, so like Stars and Stripes, I'm not going to do that. But anybody that was in the Topps, either traded or regular sets, with their Team USA unis on, and I would just send those off and get all of them signed. Greg Maddux. I just like to do, I don't know why, but I like to do things in, I guess, some kind of organized thing. Kind of like I'm doing with the triple exposures and whatnot. It's like base your TTMs on an idea or something like that, but it should be cool. No elites, Star Cruise. Sadly. Oh, right on the back, we got a Carlton Fisk highlight. I think it's a 30 or 40 card set, so putting something like that together requires multiple boxes, but I'm sure that's something I have. There's Terry Bros again. Tom Henke. Good old Ed Whitson. And Barry. I mean, it's gotta happen. Although I do have, as I always say, I have Charlie Brown luck. So those of you who didn't catch the early, I mean, Justin can attest to my Charlie Brown luck, but I had ordered some Bowman box for my, like a birthday kind of thing. And then someone visiting my neighbor decided to sing-song all my money as she kicked my box off the edge and then took it with her. So that was fun. No, I didn't. Did I? I showed my face. Even if I showed my passcode, what are you going to do? Another Derek May. But yeah. It's just another issue to deal with, but I got to stay positive. Things work out in the end, right? But I've actually spoken with the neighbor, and she spoke with the person who did it, and they just said, I didn't steal this package. I just kicked it off the... I'm on the 3rd floor. I just kicked it off the steps. It's a ding corner there. Another Yvonne Calderon. Joe Girardi. Another Cecil. Cal Ripken without the junior. Yeah, so people suck, you know. It's just, it is how it is. So some from the 88 set sign. That's cool. I'm sure that McGuire wouldn't be impossible to get. Didn't Corey Snyder pass away, though? So there would be some that I wouldn't be able to get. I could be confused because sometimes I will confuse different players. Part of the old age thing. Mark Lewis again. The 3rd Mark Lewis. Will the Thrill. Shout out to Beast. Hey, not a bad pack. Back in the day, that would be like getting some ROI. Shout out to Justin and Alan on the Donnie Baseball. Future Hall of Famer. Paul Molitor is just happy to be there. I was thinking too, Justin. No, I did a police report for sure. I already did one on Wednesday, and I let him know that I have video that I can send and explain the entire thing. I think if someone takes your property without your permission, that's what the definition of theft is. So she took my property without permission, even if she just kicked it. There's no way she's getting out of it. And that's why I spoke with my neighbor and I said, I really would like to avoid the cops because I know that's going to be more evasive. They're not going to listen to, like when I first talked to her, she's like, oh, I just met her. I don't have her number. So, cops ain't going to go for that. Especially because I know that she's got her number now because she called her and spoke with her. There's the big cat. Bernard Gilkey. That might be the first one it is. Barry Larkin with his hat put on after the fact. Unless he was famous for wearing his cap like gangster style or something. I don't think he was. Here's a cool highlight card. Not an exposure one, but we got Langston Witt. Booty bumping. But yeah, I'm sure it'll get figured out. Justin, to update you on the package and stuff. I did get a reply from somebody who said they were with customer complaints that I should put in another request, the MRC, which is like, I forget what their the thing stands for, but it's like for missing mail, basically, without the tracking number. Because at first I did it with the tracking number because I was told to do that, but she informed me to do one without the tracking because she said the initial search might be them just looking in the system, which is crazy to me. How lazy can you be? There's Nolan Ryan, but there is a Montbello facility in Denver that they actually send some of their packages to. So they said that it might be there too. So, which I wish I could just go there. I could find it in a second. There's Tino Martinez. Whoops. It's like, give me a minute and I could find this thing. Yeah, they definitely want, because I've been told, I don't know how many different things. I've done the claims, like it's like a claims filing thing where you claim that your mail is missing. I've done that 3 times. Then I also did one where I did a claim on an employee and basically said, no one's helping me. So it was like a customer complaint for an employee. That's the only one they actually responded to. But now that I have that person's email, I have been emailing her information. She is not in the state, though, sadly. That's weird. Did y'all see that? That one was turned around. That was where the Elite was. Well, I think that might be the name for the center, but there's like a process. They call it. You're close though, Sean. The facility is called that, but to get the request through, there's a cool rhino. George Brett. Canseco All-Star. Another Gomez. We're getting down to the last packs, guys. Mark Race. Avery. 4 to go. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that they do this. I mean, it's, as I said in the letter to the lady, there's no way this package is not there. So you can't say, we don't know where this is. I mean, if you're saying that, that means you're not looking. Because, I mean, truly what pisses me off is the Montclair Mail Center, which is just down the road from me. They didn't scan it. They didn't scan any of their stuff. They sent it in a truck to the hub at, it's like a Denver hub. It's in downtown, I think. So, in doing that, there was no scans on any of the other packages until it got there. Had they done it in the facility, they would have noticed right away because there was nothing to scan. That is, if the label wasn't entirely torn off. I think it was completely gone. I think it was on a different package. If worst comes to worst, I'll just refund everything. Just a shame, especially because of the 101s. Those cool ones from John, the artist. The Houdini. There's Offerman. The baby Boba Fett. Well, that's just it. So, I don't know. I'm thinking, so either the label wasn't on there or was torn off. Because I put like a ton of tape around the boxes, like entirely around all the boxes. And the labels I use are just regular stickers. Now what I do with those is put tape over the top of the stickers, like in a cross, because of my worry that they can get pulled off. Because I have done that before, like on my shirt, carrying a package, where part of the sticker gets caught to my shirt and it'll just peel off the box. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but I mean, for sure, it didn't have a label on it. At the time, it should have been scanned. There's no other way it could have not been scanned. I mean, I don't want to think that they're stealing stuff, because I've sent so much stuff that hasn't been stolen. Why would they go after this one box? They have no clue what's in anything. It's going to get worked out, Justin, and I do appreciate you being so patient, man. Again, like I was saying, I feel horrible. I have never had that happen. It is on the way. Dropped it off this afternoon before the post office closed. So yours and a bunch of other ones. Now when I go there, I'm actually I talk to the people and been like, they actually changed the procedures there. they actually scan them going out because of that issue. So no Elite in that. Sorry, I got distracted there, guys. But no Elite in there at all. A few Griffies. And we got the different Wade Boggs cards. Donnie Baseball. Nolan. Another Griffey there. That's the highlight of the, I guess, good players. And then from the highlight of the highlights, and Nolan and Randy, probably the best so far. We got Rhino, another Randy, another Nolan. This looks like a couple of each. It's not bad. Justin, I wouldn't doubt it if she did. Can you hear what she's singing, y'all? She's singing All My Money as she steals it. That's how brazen she was. That's like the biggest DGF attitude I've ever seen. Oh yeah, and then the Lance Johnson too. That was a highlight. Hey Chuck, 4 months. Jeez. Yeah, I'm Star Cruise. I'm doing that now, 100% every single time. It's basically the Goodrich rule that I've implemented. Sorry I missed your woof woof, but woof woof, Chuck. You like the Goodrich rule? Yeah. I mean, I've written back to them several times to my frustration that if one person would have listened to me. I went to the post office within it was like 2 or 3 days of realizing that there was no movement on it. And, then basically twice a week for the next, it's been like 40 days. They actually got sick of me coming and asking them about it. But hey, sorry. If someone just actually took the time, what they're always telling me is there's no communication between the different buildings, which I find to be like completely unbelievable. You're telling me that there's no supervisor that you can call up in one of the centers to look for it. I think it's just such a crazy bureaucracy of like passing the buck, and like the way the post office is set up, no one really does anything that isn't their job. They don't want to go the extra mile because they're just getting a paycheck, basically. I'm not poo-pooing them or saying anything that, nobody else has probably thought, but I do feel like they're, if they just cared, if they just put in a little effort, this would be solved. It totally is. Star Cruise, yeah, legit. Quite literally, I think that that is a prerequisite when they're hired. Like, the hiring manager's like, so, what is your opinion on this? And if they reply, DJAF. Yep. This was in one of my was like pins and button collection things with the Cubs. I don't know if this person used it at the game. I mean, you can't play it. So bizarre. Oh, and when I was at my mom's, like probably like a month ago, I was going through some stuff that was my stepdad's. He was of Polish descent and like really into a lot of stuff from his heritage. But when he was a kid, he played the accordion. So now I'm the proud owner of 2 vintage accordions that I'm gonna teach myself to play. I'll be the next Weird Al Yankovic. I could easily come up with some songs. When I was a kid, I actually did that. Came up with my own weird songs. Something named after you. You probably don't want it, but I guess it is what it is. You know, one thing I did forget, Star Cruise, was the cards from last week. That set. We didn't even talk about it, and I didn't get you the total on it or nothing. Because I was going to look for the other one, but I did find it. Maybe I can go to the post office because it's not closed yet and see if they still have it. I'll make them give a fuck about it because they better do me right for at least this. But I'll go grab it. But I appreciate everybody checking this out. Obviously, oh, you did include it. Then it's all me. Sorry about that. I didn't see the message for it. I know that you'd sent several emails. That's a counting issue on me. So I'm definitely going to go there now and get it. Because I have it sitting here right next to the computer. It shall be done. All right, does anybody else got any stories to top my week? Probably not. I'm going to head out right now because they close at 5. So, no, I am 100% sure you did, Star Cruise. I just mean it's on me. It's my fault. I screwed it up. So I will get it and I will put it in there. All right. Catch you later, Sean. I see you. All right, peace.